Good evening. Piping Viking is here once again. This is my third time trying to film a video. I filmed full videos, get ready to get it rendered, and it won't ever render. It'll get up to 34%, just stop. So this is going to be our third experiment with this bullshit. So tonight I'm smoking. God damn. That was a surprise. Some classic burley cake. I believe this is from Earthen Homes. I heard about this from Dagner Performance and Smoking Dagners. I want to thank you guys again for the shout out. I actually couldn't believe my ears. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Did they just say my name? Thank you. I have gotten one more new subscriber, so it worked, theoretically. I'm smoking my Sasano Canadian. It has a wide bit, almost. And there's several things I want to talk to you about. First of all, tobacco reviews. I'm going to try something new with my tobacco review. Last couple videos I've been watching, they've been saying that to get a good tobacco review, you have to smoke tobacco at least 7 to 6 times. And thinking back and looking at all my tobacco reviews, I only smoked it once and said my first impressions of it, which is a somewhat sort of a type of tobacco review. It's a first impressions tobacco review, which I will still do. But I want to give you a more in-depth tobacco review as we go along. This will be class. This is a class time for you new pipe smokers. I'm not sick. It just went from 60 to 40 degrees. My body's still acclimating to the weather. And, first of all, my new plan for the tobacco review, the in-depth one, is I'm going to do a pipe rotation review with it. I'm going to smoke it in each one of my rotating pipes that you've seen on these videos, besides the Peterson, which my brother has. And we'll see if the pipe makes a difference, if the style of pipe makes a difference with the smoke. Like we've, as on the tobacco community, we say there's a good flake pipe, a good plug pipe, a good regular pipe for regular tobacco. And then we'll see if that has a difference on the flavor and how it reacts. And then we're going to go, it's going to be a 4 pipe rotation. It's going to be this one. And then we're going to have the classic Piping Viking pipe. Oh, it's still got tobacco in it. Look at that. It's got tobacco. I'm dumping ash all over my laptop. Way to go, Piping Viking. Way to go. So we have this one. And then we're going to see how it affects, how it tastes in the meerschaum. which hasn't been smoked that heavily. See if that makes a difference. And then we're going to go to the corn cob. Because I've smoked some tobaccos with corn cob, which are not that good in a regular pipe, but they taste great in a corn cob. And we'll see how that goes. I'm going to trial run that a couple times. Now my impressions on this burley cake are, I like burley just fine. I actually discovered burley when I was smoking Sir Walter Raleigh's burley. It's just regular tobacco. Well, it's not his, the company. Sir Walter Raleigh's burley. Which is actually, they say on the package, is either for pure smoking or just for mixing with it. Which is just fine. And their tobacco is like a granule tobacco. It's like hard compressed and like broken up into crumbs. It looks like grape nuts, almost, from Post. And this is doing pretty good. The way that I would describe burley taste, it's not sweet like a Virginia, but it's not peppery and like Latakia or Perique. It is a very, it goes all over the tongue, first of all. And it, I hate my facial hair. Especially right here. It looks like there's no hair here. There's a thick ton of it. It's all blonde. It's light colored fur. And it just doesn't show up well on the camera. Tobacco temper. Oh temper, where art thou temper? I can't find my temper. Oh well, I'll just tamp it in like that. Because it is 40 degrees, I believe. Surprisingly windy. Before I say that, surprisingly windy, but not windy affecting me, because I can light my pipe and stuff. It's all over the tongue type of taste. You feel it all over. If I was to use a wine term, it was a very dry tobacco with taste. It's dry. It makes you get that dry taste in your mouth. On a sad note, I'm sorry to be a real downer, but I have some very bad news. Not my computer being a bitch, but it's about my cat. Unfortunately, my cat that I had for about 11 years passed away. We put him down yesterday. He was diagnosed with lymphoma about a month ago, and he literally wasted away in about 4 weeks. He was 11 pounds, and all of a sudden he was down to 5. Skin and bone. He was a walking skeleton. And all of Thursday he was just convulsing and doing all the stuff. And we learned to find out that he was having his death throes all day, which kind of makes us wish we had put him down in the morning. Because I don't want to see my cat have to suffer. But he did pass away, and I have great I have a great feeling that he is not in pain anymore, which is the greatest feeling ever. Because he couldn't eat, he couldn't drink, he couldn't use the bathroom. He basically was falling apart, literally. So this pipe is the second pipe in his memory. His name was Tyga, and there's an interesting story behind that. His real name on paper was Tiger, but he was owned by an Aussie family, or was it was New Zealand or Australia, and they pronounced it Tyga. It's a Tyga, so he responded to Tyga, not Tiger. He was a great cat. He always had this. You know, whenever you were in a down mood, he would come over and just look at you, chill with you, and then you start to feel better. And he would just, when that was done, he would go chill out somewhere else, go play with my other cat, which you guys have all seen, Sammy. But yeah, I'll miss him. But I am glad to know that he's no longer in pain. And a 360 from that mood point. Check out my hat. This is my favorite, one of my favorite hats. I collect fedoras, actually. And this is one that I believe I got from Walmart. And it's got that lovely skull on it. I wish I could get that type of skull tattooed sometime. Yes, and I do have some of my own ink. It is Triskelion. It's that thing that you see. If you ever saw the show Charmed on TV at all, it was normally on TNT for a long time. The thing that's on the Book of Shadows, that's what I have tattooed. Not that exact image, but that's a good representation of what I'm talking about. I do plan to get a lot more ink done. I've always wanted to get a dragon that starts at my navel, travels up, and it'll curve around my chest, and it'll end up on my neck. And you'll probably, if I'd ever got it, it would be, you would see the head right here. Yeah, but yeah. So I'm going to end this video. Hopefully it'll render in due time. So once again, the Piping Viking is out to conquer the world.